All right, we live.
All right. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the Akim teaching this truth and sincerity. And this is GMS Dallas, and we collaborating with GMS Chicago. We got the brother Benji, you know what I'm saying? I got the brother Sha'ar, I'm Yatazak, and the Spirit allowed us to get together today to go into the hour of temptation. You know, it's a lot of things going on through the Spirit. You see these, the chip, they wanted to put it in the head now. You see, they done perfected putting it in your hand. You know, now they want to put it in your head. They want to start working on it as soon as next year. This is what the prophecy is saying, man. We're going to get into Revelation. We're going to get into a couple of accounts in the Apocrypha. You know what I'm saying? Where during the time of Maccabees, they was forcing our people to eat pork. And we're going to correlate that today when you fast forward to how they're going to force this microchip, man. It's plain to see that it is microchips. The RFID microchip is in place. They have it in your hand. People have it. It's to buy or sell, just like the scripture said. Everything is matching up, and these prophecies are popping, man. And the men of the Lord are standing on our watch, man. And we seeing these things come to pass, man. Just like the scripture said, man, everything that the Lord told us was going to happen is happening, man. And you can't deny it. If you can deny it, then, hey, it is what it is. But the truth is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Anybody got something they want to say before we get started?
I just got a precept that'll lead it all into it.
Gone.
This is First Maccabees 1:41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. And it's nothing new under the sun. So that's the same mindset Esau has today, to gather all into one under his rule. Because Esau think he is God, man. All right, according to Isaiah 47, Isaiah 14, 2 Thessalonians, the second chapter. So he's about to come down with that wrath to force all to bow down to him. Like it says in Revelation 13. That's the time for entering in.
Yeah. That's right.
Beautiful point.
You got something?
Nah,
all right.
Right in Revelation 20, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for a witness of Yahweh Shai.
I'm saying the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai. You see? And the witness of Yahweh Shai is us, man. The men that were set up to say no to this place, man. You see? During the time of the Greeks and the Maccabees, like the brother brought out, during that time, Esau was heavy in his power. You see, he had the power to make those type of moves on Israel, and Israel was in their weakest state, just like today. You see, and what better way back then was to desecrate our temple with the use of pork. You see, defiling our temple with swine, forcing us to eat it. You know what I'm saying? The homosexuality, the gymnos, the being naked. The Greekish fashion, you see,
which was
prophesied for us.
Which was prophesied for us to fall away. See what I'm
saying? These things have happened to us today when you fast forward, man. You see? And the pork and the need for us to eat pork is now the need for us to get this microchip, man. Why? Because this microchip represents ownership, man. He wants to put this chip in us to tell the Most High, no, they my people now. They too far gone. You gave me too much power. You see? You gave me too much power, Lord, so now these people belong to me. They not yours no more. And that's a very bold statement, and that's a very proud statement for Esau to make. But that's the spirit that he's in, man. So he's going to force that RFID microchip to show ownership of the nation of Israel, man. Just like Elder Yashawamba goes into, man. He's trying to defile that virgin. You see? And we that virgin just like Susanna that's crying out. No, I got a husband. Get away from me. We crying out. You see? So Esau gonna have to be put to death in that fashion, man.
That's right. Fine if I land back off you. Just land backing off of the point going into that, like you had stated, Esau putting their mark inside of you at the end of the day, what Esau is doing is he's making a covenant with you. All right? You remember when you read it in Genesis, the 15th chapter, when the covenant was first given to Abraham, the process was that he had Abraham chop up those animals and the Lord burned them with fire. So synonymous with covenant, you have cutting. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go into the word covenant in the Hebrew, the word there is bara. Well, it's barayat, but the root of it is bara, which means to cut. You know, so going back to the mark of the beast, Esau literally giving you this incision or giving you this mark, cutting your flesh open, putting the chip inside of you. If you volunteer to do that, which a lot of people are going to volunteer to do that, you're making a covenant with death and making a covenant with Satan, which shows you that the chip has to be the mark of the beast. It ain't nothing, no, it ain't no philosophy. It ain't no embargo. No, they literally want to make a covenant with you, man, and they want to put that within your flesh so you can call the so-called white man Esau your God and not the Heavenly Father, man. That's why the destruction is going to be so pure when it happens, man. That's why the Lord said, if you get that, you've done. Because you've made that physical covenant with death. And now you got to reap the benefits of that, which is the fire, the second death. You know?
That's right.
There's a little more on this one. It says, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded of the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of the Most High, which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands.
That's what I'm saying. The beast, I want to say the beast being NATO and the EU. You know what I'm saying? The image being the mark. You see what I'm saying? You have to be able to differentiate all those different things, man. You see? It's the mark of the beast being the embargo and all that. No, that's what I'm saying, man. It has to be to buy. It has to be a mark that's put in you to buy or sell. You said you can't buy or sell with a philosophy, man. You see? NATO and the EU, you got to be able to explain that. Putting the chip inside you, you got to be able to explain that. You see? We're going to get Revelation 13. Yeah, let's get Revelation 13.
Okay. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13. So I get right to the point. This is Revelation, chapter 13. And I want to start at verse...
You can get in there, Benji. He'll read if you want to break it down.
I'm
going to start at verse 3. Revelation 13:3. And I saw one of the heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wandered after this beast. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. Hold on, no, let me go. Let's see here. Salakia, brothers.
You going to the mark, ain't you? 13? Revelation 13?
Yeah, Revelation 13. I was trying to find a good place to start.
Go to the point.
Okay. Let's see here.
Yeah, causing thought about small and great.
16.
The water. This is Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Start up one slide.
Yeah. Con, it's all good. This is Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. In the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Because you read the Revelation 20, it mentions the image and the mark. And that's what's going to lead to the people taking the mark, man, because they trust in the image. They trust in the ways that Esau provided for them. All right, this lifestyle that the Esau's giving them, man, this wine that not only the heathens are drunk on, our own people are drunk on, man. So when that time comes, guess what? They're not going to know to trust in Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. They're going to go to Esau for help. And that's going to be their downfall. That's the trick bag, man. They trust that they're going to fall with Egypt.
Hey, that's right. Hey, I got a quick precept really quick to back you up. This is this is the book of Jeremiah.
Break it down.
Okay. Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 25. It says, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will punish all them that are circumcised with the uncircumcised, Egypt and Judah and Edom and the children of Ammon and Moab and all that are in the uttermost corners that dwell in the wilderness, for all these nations are uncircumcised, and all the house of Israel are uncircumcised in their heart. And what's going to fulfill that, man? It mentioned Judah among there within the heathen, man.
Yep.
As the brother had made the statement earlier, going into how, hey, man, you're going to have to reap the punishment of those heathen for taking that mark. And the Lord going to stop dealing with a lot of you people in that day, man. As soon as you get that mark, it's completely over. And we need to constantly pray that he shows mercy on us, so none of us will take it in that day, man. But the ones that are going to take it, a lot of these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans that you see out here that don't trust in the Lord, and a lot of these people are Christians too, by the way.
Right.
We're out there on the highways and byways, we preaching, they walk right past, as if they don't got a care in the world. All right, and we constantly telling them the truth at the end of the day. But when that day comes, man, they're going to be punished along with the heathen, man.
That's right.
Because they wanted to make a covenant with them. So the Lord is going to kill them in such manner within that second death. But when you read that in Jeremiah 9, the Lord said all of their asses finna get the business, man.
That's right.
You know, Jake ain't even Jake no more, man. They going to be fully Jake in the kingdom. All right? Hey, like Paul said, not all Israel is of Israel.
Man.
That's what I mean. They going to be destroyed with the heathen, and it's rightfully so. You know, you think about it like this. The Lord gave us a beautiful blessing. He gave us the covenant. He gave us his word, and Jake want to spit on it, man.
God.
When you really get into these scriptures, man, it's obvious to see that we're the children of Israel. But Jake just so knuckleheaded and hard-headed, man. And again, going back to the point, Shalakia. But, hey, man, and it goes to the point at the end of the day, too, man. Because we out here letting you know, but when that day comes, a lot of them going to be in agreement. But when that chip comes, it's going to be over, man. They're going to be destroyed with the nations that was read in Jeremiah the 9th chapter.
That's right.
all I had.
That's right. Because Esau, I would say Esau about that torture, man.
That's right.
You see, his blessing is the sword, man. So he gonna always resort to that, man.
Yep.
You know, what's that? They say Esau is the Lord's whipping stick, man. We don't gotta get it, but that's what I'm saying. It likened them to a weapon. you know, you got anything over there, Benji?
No, it's more than Revelation 13.
All right.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Come on here, bro. Get back to it. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that has the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Oh, Salakia.
No, Kai, like Yadazak said it earlier, man. It's nothing else the mark can be if it's not physical, man. It says you can't buy and sell without it. All right, and that word mark, of course, it's charagma, man. Etching and sketching, an incision. Going back to karax, a palicide, man, a stake, something that's physically going to be in you. And it even tells you when you look up the definition that in the ancient world, the Romans used it to brand their slaves. All right, and that's exactly what they call you to this day, man. That's why everybody get vaccines, which goes back to cattle, vodka. All right, you're nothing but a slave to the elites, man. They want to make that official. And our people are going to go straight forward along with this devil because they don't know any better, man. That's the time to try all men. All right, because it's going to be all hell out here, and that's going to be Esau's answer. Come take this chip. Whether they fake a terrorist attack, all right, we got to know who's our citizens. Come take this chip. Whether it's famine, we need to organize everything because we have to ration. Come take this chip. Whether it's the dollar crash, all right, we got a new digital currency. Come take this chip. It all leads, the answer that Esau's going to give you is being marked, all right, because he wants to play God, and that's the way the prophecy set it up.
That's
the
right.
RFID technologies is the mark of the beast, man. All right, now is the time to get right with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So when that day comes, we know to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because all hell breaks loose. These people ain't gonna have no answer. All right, the temptation is gonna be easy on them. They're gonna just take the chip. These Christians that speak against the chip, a lot of them gonna take the chip, man. They ain't got no hope. It says the hope of the wicked shall fail. They ain't got no goddamn hope, man.
That's right. That's right. Hey, man. If times of peril caused people to eat their children back in the ancient world, and before that they didn't have a mindset to eat them, but when they got hungry, they like shit. That same spirit is gonna be on these Christians, like you had stated, brother. That same spirit is gonna be on them niggas, and a lot of Jakes, man, they gonna partake in that shit, man. I got a quick precept to back you up, bro.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 2. I might as well start at verse 1. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that want to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Going back to them trusting and taking that chip. When they hungry, when they can't buy, when they can't sell, a lot of them are going to be willing to try to compromise in a way. And you know how Esau is, man. He's going to try to make it sound good. He's gonna try to make it
Right.
sound interesting.
Yep.
Look, you got your children right here. Think about your kids.
Yeah, like it's
All
all
of that.
that.
Yeah. They gonna do that in Jake. You know,
I just want to love you.
yeah, that's right.
How bad can I be?
Hey, like the serpent, man. He gonna come at Jake like that serpent came at Eve.
Yep.
He gonna come in that same fashion, and these Jakes are gonna get him, man.
Thou shalt not surely die.
Hey, right. That's right. Woe unto you, rebellious children.
Right.
That's it on that one.
Con.
I got one to back you up. It's the next
God.
chapter, Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many. So Esau already got the minds of our people and the heathens, but to hell with the heathens anyway. But Esau already got the mind of our people, man, because they see all this glamour. They see this might that Esau had, all right, when they destroyed the nations, all right? And in horsemen, because they are very strong, so they trust in the goodies Esau give them. They trust in this damn army. It's niggas that trust in the American army more than damn Edomites, man.
Man.
But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words. And that's the times we're coming in. The Lord is going to bring evil because our people have refused to. He's going to bring evil to these heathens. They got to get judged. But our people refuse to return to the Lord. And that's why Jacob's trouble is coming. But will arise against the house of evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. All right, so you want to lean upon Esau for help. Guess what? The Lord is punishing that help. Here we go, verse 3. Now the Egyptians are men and not God. I hate to tell you, so-called Negroes, Native Americans, or really, not really, you know, I love to tell you. All right, but Esau ain't no God, man. Yahweh's power, man.
That's
Y'all
right.
have to learn that. And the horse is flesh and not spirit. All this shit they gave you to trust in is all man-made. And the Lord is controlling everything. These cars, you watch a goddamn end-time movie, everybody do the same thing. They immediately run to their horses, man, to their cars to try to escape. Like, what you gonna run from? Where you gonna run to? All right, you guys trust in this technology too much, man. And that's gonna be the downfall. When the Lord stretch out his hand, and here's the point. Both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall all fail together. So the helper and him that receives the help is about to fall together, because the help that's going to come is part of the destruction, man. That's going to seal your fate. You trust Esau that much, you took his chip. Instead of repenting and returning to the one that brings the judgment, you're going to go after the damn devil, man.
Right.
That's right.
Gonna be a downfall.
Beautiful point. God.
I was saying, the thing about it, we going into, at this point, we going into the people that's going to fall for it as it being presented as something that's going to be beneficial. You see? The people that's going to trust in Egypt, the people that's going to trust in Esau, the ones that's going to be like, that's the only thing, our only hope. Just like General Yohana, you know what I'm saying? You're going to want to eat. You're going to have to feed your family. You know what I'm saying? The people that's in that spirit, we reading the precepts that's going into them. You know what I'm saying? But what about the men of the Lord? What about, it's written about the men that's going to say no. It's going to be written about the elect. You know what I'm saying? Just like the brother Kazak did the video. You know what I'm saying? The 1/3 ain't going to take the chip, man. You see? Because you got to keep in mind, this was written already, man. So it can't change. So those spirits that was predestinated to make it ain't gonna take that chip, man. Either you believe that or you don't. You see? But we're gonna get into the precepts going into what's gonna happen with the men of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got any more I know Bishop, you still reading Revelation. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get Revelation, finish that up and bring out a couple precepts, and then we're gonna get into the story of Eleazar. And we're going to correlate that today, how they're going to force that chip on the men of the Lord, and the response that is prophesied that we're going to have, Lord willing, we those men.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 18, the last verse. It says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
All right, and
that's
you
it
know
on that one.
Yeah, and that goes to the UPC code, man. Every barcode, the UPC code, you have your normal products. You got a 6 in the beginning, 6 in the middle, 6 in the end. Each of those two lines represent a 6. And the guy that came up with that, George Joseph Laurer, you know, he said something special. He said, hey, but he was talking about the barcode. He said, just like my first, middle, last name. It got the six characters in each, man. And that's spiritual. Like I said, it's a number of a man, which represents Esau, the ruler. But even the guy that created it, he said it. He said the code is a coincidence. But really, we know it's spiritual that the barcode got 6 in the beginning, middle, and end, just like his first, middle, and last name, man. That's George Joseph Laurer.
Wow.
With his punk ass.
Interesting point, brother.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, and that's how Esau. That's how they do stuff, man. That's how they do stuff, man. Because I'm gonna tell you like this, man. They believe in their blessing like we believe in our blessing, man. You see, they wholehearted to their blessing, man. So they put things together the same way we do. You know what I'm saying? They just doing it on the left hand side, man. And actually, I will say, actually, when you think about it, man, it's you talk about the fight of the century, this is the fight of the eon right here, man. Right. The battle between Jacob and Esau, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's the real main event.
Yeah, you know, and we living it out, man. We living it out. We those prophets that seeing these things come to pass, man. Right. You see, whether we make it to the end or whether we fall out or all that's happening, people falling by the wayside, believers being brought on day by day to the congregation. All these things are happening, right? So how much more the hour of temptation, man? We seeing it bubble up. I'm talking about from the dry bones being woken up all the way up until now to where we on the brink of this thing, man. You see, little old us, man. You know what I'm saying? Following the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. You dig? Let's go.
Straight up. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 7. Let's see here. You wanted the point. Oh, you wanted
yeah, get Eleazar.
Which chapter is that? Eleazar. Okay. You know what verse?
You can start at the top.
Okay. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 1. It says, "Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the law of their fathers and not to live after the laws of the Most High."
That's what I'm saying. So, according to now, see, back then this was talking about them forcing pork on us. Mm-hmm. Now it's going to be this RFID microchip. And we done seen time and time again all these different articles. We just broke it down, what it's going into. You know what I'm saying? The brother beautifully broke that down. You know what I'm saying? Going into the mark. And also in that, it said, "Let him that has understanding." Real quick, go back to, I wanted to get that. Let him that have understanding break down the, back in Revelation 16.
Gotcha.
Yeah, back in Revelation 13.
Okay.
Yeah, let him that have understanding. Read that verse.
Revelation chapter 16.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. So, like, you said what verse is that?
19, 18.
This is Revelation chapter 16. Oh, I got too many pages. All right. This is Revelation chapter 16 in verse, let's see here. You said verse 18?
Where you at? Yeah, it's right up under. What verse is it, Benji?
Salaki, let me.
Oh, you talking about Revelation 13?
Yeah, Revelation 13. Yeah.
Oh, Salaki, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 18. It says, "Here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast."
Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, and we just did that.
Right.
We just did that.
That's right.
So all you niggas talking about this embargo, talking about this Christianity, talking about this all this madness.
Right.
It said, "Let him that has understanding break it down." Right. It was broken down. You either believe that or you don't. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
So that's what I'm saying. The men of the Lord are gonna have to deal with this coming soon, man.
That's right.
We're gonna have to deal with this physically. You see? It's being broken down. I said we know that it's coming. Why everybody else out there wondering? That's what I'm saying. Y'all groping in the noonday. No. We got the flashlight honed in. We forensically checking these things out, man.
That's right.
Through the Spirit.
That's right. Yeah, in 2 Ezra, it says, "Measure thou the time diligently within itself." This is part of measuring the times right here, man.
Come.
All right, all this stuff is very, very, very well important. And it shows you, I mean, really, if you're a man of understanding, that's why it says, "Here is wisdom." You're going to be able to look around and see that it's not no embargo or it's not no philosophy or anything like that. We've partaken within, yeah, bro. We've partaken within these philosophies of the world since we came up. You know know, we were born in Egypt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it clearly says if we take that, we're done.
Right.
You know, so that must mean that there's no room for mercy for us if it's Christianity. There's no mercy for us at all, man. You know, so it has to be something else, man. You condemning your own self within that particular philosophy.
Right.
You know? But the men of the Lord are going to be counting these things. They're going to be measuring the times diligently within itself, as the prophet Ezra states. All right? They was killing Jake back then for pork within a carnal thing.
Right.
So now it's a philosophy? No, they going to do what they did and what they've been known for doing, man.
Yep. Nothing new under the sun.
Nothing new under the sun. Yeah. This is a carnal man right here. You know? That's it on that.
Real quick point, because they were killing our people for, you know, just eating swine, but it was about what it represented. First precept we grabbed in that Maccabees, that Esau wanted everybody to bow down to him to worship his way.
Right.
So he was forcing people to get what he was with, man.
That's right.
And that pork signified that you was with his doctrine.
Right.
He was with his lifestyle. That he was your God.
That's right.
That leads to taking a mark. It says they shall worship the beast. You know?
That's right.
Great point. Back in 2 Maccabees chapter 6, I'm going to go to verse 2. It says, and to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Jupiter Olympus.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, man. Serapis Christus. It's tomato, man.
Yeah. Hey, I think it may be the same one, maybe different, but it calls them the defender of the strangers. That's definitely Chesapeake doctrine. Talking about saving all the damn heathens and shit, man.
That's right.
Nothing new.
That's right. Exactly.
That's Catholicism to make everything universal.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Straight up. It says, and that in Gerizim of Jupiter, the defender of the strangers, like you said, and they that desired that dwelt in that place, the coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people, causing mischief, man.
Yep.
Christianity, Jesus, all that's mischief, man. All right. It says, for the temple was filled with riot and revelings by the Gentiles, who dallied with harlots and had to do with women with the circuit of the holy places, and besides that, brought in things that were not lawful.
That's what I'm saying, and the same thing is going on today, man. Israel is all out of order, man. What Ezekiel saw through that hole, you know what I'm saying? What Daniel saw, you know what I'm saying? What all the prophets saw when they got zoomed into the future. They seen the folly of what we seeing today, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They seen all this madness. It was like, oh, man. You know what I'm saying? To the point to where some of them got sick. You know what I'm saying? Let alone the destruction that they saw.
Right.
You see? And we able to see these things, too. Like the Apostle Edgar Boss said, we visionaries, man. Right. We can see the scriptures.
Right.
That's why we believe the way we do. That's why we go so hard. You see? But this devil, man, from back then to now, the reason why Yahweh Shai told us that we were going to do things greater than him is because this devil is stronger now.
Right.
You see? No weapon formed against thee shall prosper. But that's what I'm saying. Just because they ain't going to prosper don't mean they ain't going to use them shits. Read on.
This is 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 5. The altar was filled with the profane things which the law forbiddeth. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days, or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
You know what I'm saying? Now that we have the so-called freedom to get into our high holy days, they're going to make sure that they give us fucked up lamb. You know what I'm saying? Right. They're gonna make sure that we celebrate it all on different days. It's confusion on when it actually is and shit. You know what I'm saying? Different ways to profane it. You know what I'm saying? But you got niggas barbecuing and eating pulled pork on Christmas. And on the 4th of July, now let you say something about Hanukkah, shit, nigga gonna have you arrested. You know what I'm saying? Your mama raised you wrong.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And it's also gonna come a point too, where they will try to do things as they was doing to the Jews for us professing what we believe in, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it might not necessarily be because we do the Passover or what. But with us being out on the highways and the byways, professing the names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, they already look at us like they already scoping us out for that right now.
Right.
It's gonna come a time when they're gonna try to get us off the corner, and we see in the start of it with them taking brothers' pages off YouTube. The brothers out there in Louisiana, Katie, for preaching the same spot. It's gonna come a point where the yelling and the screaming and the crying the prophets are doing is gonna get on their damn nerves, and they're gonna react physically.
Yep.
You know.
I got one over for you.
Come on.
This is Daniel 6:4. Then the presidents and princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom, but they could find none occasion nor fault. For as much as he was faithful, neither was there any error or fault found in him. So Daniel was an upstanding citizen, right? They could find something to accuse him for to get rid of him. Then said these men, we shall not find any occasion against Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of his power.
Oh,
So they made, well, you couldn't pray to the Most High anymore.
Right.
Well, that became against the law. They're going to try to come up with some policy against us that concerns us keeping these laws of the Lord, man. It's nothing new. They're gonna do what they programmed to do, and that's try to get us to go off. You know, and all we got to do is endure, like it says in Revelation 3, man. Keep the word of the Lord's patience. He'll keep us from the hour of temptation.
That's right. Straight up. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse let's see here, verse 7. And in the day of the king's birth, every month they were brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices. And when the feast of Bacchus was kept, and the Jews were compelled to go and proclaim the Bacchus, what does it say, carrying ivy.
That's what I said. They was forced. They was forced to keep that wicked feast, man, and sacrifice abominations, man.
Right.
You know, and that's the same thing our people doing today. You know what I'm saying? Now it ain't so much as physical force, but it's coming to that. You see?
Right.
They give you bad options just to let you think you got options. They gonna give you the worst of the worst options.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says in verse 9, so like in verse 8, moreover, there went a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices.
Go ahead.
And whoso would not conform themselves to the manner of the Gentiles should be put to death.
That's what I'm saying. So they let you know. It was say, get down or lay down. You see, you pledging your allegiance by using this pork, just like today. You pledging your allegiance by taking that chip. They gon' That's what I'm saying. We already let you know people gonna voluntarily take it. But what about the people that resist?
Right.
You're gonna always have somebody that's gonna resist. You see? That's the whole point of the story, man. The scripture talk about dying manfully, right? Go ahead.
Con.
What verse you in?
I'll just read verse 9 again.
Oh, okay, yeah, I will say they're gonna think Eleazar is down to around 17 or 18. Jump down.
Jump down?
Yeah, jump down to about 17.
17. Okay. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 17. Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man.
That's what I'm saying. And what I want you to do, brothers, is I want you to visualize yourself in this position, man. You know what I'm saying? We want these precepts to come alive through the Spirit right here on this live stream in front of all these people that's watching, man, so that the hopeful elect can be charged, man. You see? This is it's a strong possibility that we can be these men right here, man. But this time, hey Benji, can you get where the Lord says some of us might not taste death? You know where that is? Can you get that real quick? You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord told us these things, man. This is a letter. This is a letter from Yahushua, man, to us, letting us know what was gonna happen, man. What you think happened when he was resurrected and spent that time he spent with the disciples, man, for 40 days? You know what I'm saying? He was preparing them for today. And lo and behold, here we are. All of the time acts all over again. But that's what I'm saying. When the Lord came on the scene, he came as a lamb. This time when he come on the scene, he ain't gonna meet them as a man. And we preparing the world for that, man. If that ain't huge, you know what I'm saying? We the fucking X-Men. Yeah, I got your Magneto right here, punk. Yeah, let's go.
You ready for that?
Yeah.
This is Matthew 16:27. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works. Verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom.
That's what I'm saying, man. And all that starts with making that decision, man. You gonna rise up for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, or you gonna take this chip? That's the question that you're gonna be presented with, whether you a man of the Lord or not. You see, and that's what it's coming to, man. You still got people that's acting like the chip is something else.
That's right. That's right.
So that's what I'm saying. We already been going through the precepts to show you what's gonna happen with the people that take it. So we're going to show you what's going to happen with the people that's not going to take it. And it just said that some of them might not taste death.
Right.
So it's going to be a situation where you presented with it right there. Head in the guillotine, strapped to a pole on the fire squad, in an electric chair, whatever it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? And just like we always say, man, we hope and we pray that in the time, the zeal that we have on this live stream right now is increased when our head is in that situation.
Got a quick one for you.
Go ahead.
This is Hebrews chapter 11. I'm going to start at verse 16, and it goes into a report on all the righteous men that not only showed forth their great faith to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, but one way that they did show forth their faith was to pretty much go through temptation. You know what I'm saying? Go through temptation. Well, when I say go through temptation, pretty much they resisted temptation.
Tribulation.
They resisted tribulation.
Yeah.
That's right. You know what I'm saying?
Like Apostle Ricard say, embrace the heat.
That's right. That's right. Water. This is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 36. And others had trial of cruel mockings and scourgings, yea, moreover, of bonds and imprisonment.
That's what I'm saying, man. And we reading an example.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We reading an example. You see? They gonna try to they gonna torture you. They gonna try to shame you.
Right.
No, they gonna shame you. They ain't gonna try. They gonna hit that hoe. You know what I'm saying? They gonna have all kind of different things, and they got technology that can make you do whatever they say you did it. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't, hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai rather than men, man. You see? I say all you can do is embarrass me, but the Lord can deliver me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If all I gotta do is be embarrassed to get delivered, so be it.
They had to walk around naked, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead.
God. This is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 37. They were stoned. They were sawn asunder.
That's what I'm saying, man. Violence. Brutal attacks, man. Whatever they want to do, they gonna try it. That's what I'm saying. They ain't finna waste no weapons.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And that's pertaining to Isaiah right there. When you research the prophet Isaiah, he was sawn asunder by King Manasseh, man. Which was the son of Hezekiah. It says they were tempted, were slain with the sword. We're talking about the hour of temptation, right?
Right.
It says these men were tempted. And just as it gives a list of a description of what happened to all these different men it's going into, it's preparing us up for what's going to happen here within the near future, man.
That's
and when you go into this, it's a good report of these men. Every single last one of them. So, hey, like the big bro said right here, man, if I got to be embarrassed or whatever happens, so be it, man. I'd rather be embarrassed temporarily, you know what I'm saying, so I would be delivered than sit here and get a chip in me and get killed by fire.
Yeah.
And everlasting shame and contempt, as the scriptures say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, forgive me in the man of the hour.
Right. Yeah.
I'm on some. I will say I like forever and ever and ever.
Exactly.
Yeah, forget that.
Happily ever after.
Yeah.
It said they wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, and tormented.
You know what I'm saying? In a lower state, man. In a lower state, taking it cheerfully. Just like the scripture said they would.
God, it's a little more. Of whom the world was not worthy.
Mm-hmm.
All right? They wandered in deserts and in mountains and dens and all caves on the earth. And these all having obtained a good report through faith.
That's what I'm saying, man. And we those men coming back. We those men coming back, man, like it or not. You see? We believe through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai that we those men that's gonna make it out of here, man.
That's right.
We have that faith.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, and these of having obtained a good report through faith received not the promise.
Mm-hmm.
So those men didn't even receive the reward instantly for what it was. This was a while ago. They came back in reincarnation.
Yep.
You know, but hey, as the scriptures say, ye are the children of the prophets.
It's time to get it. It's time to get it now.
That's right. It's time to get it now.
It's time to get it now.
This is it.
You know? Just like the Apostle Aram Live say, man, all these people are on the planet, man, because it's judgment time.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The harvest is ripe.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
It says in verse 40, the Most High having provided some better thing for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. So these things had to be made examples. These situations had to happen for examples of look what these men did. Look at the mighty works. Look at the name that they had. This is the time for the reward right here, man.
God.
Without those men, we wouldn't be here anyway, but just because the Lord did reserve those prophets that didn't bow down to Baal or eat the pork
That remnant.
or take the chip.
That's right.
And remnant.
That
exactly.
remnant.
They're going to receive that reward. Lord willing, we're those men. We all speaking, being of the hopeful elect. You know? That was it on that verse.
All right. Let's go back to Maccabees.
Okay. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 6, and then going back down to verse, let's see here, that was verse 17. Yeah. This is verse 18. Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man, and of a well-favored countenance, with constraint to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh.
That's what I'm saying. So you're going to that's what I'm saying. We already established that you're going to put yourself in this position. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, you make it to the end. Lord willing, we make it to the end.
That's right.
When we presented with this option. You see what I'm saying? Wherever you say swine's flesh, put RFID microchip.
That's right.
All right?
Straight up.
Let's roll in the spirit then.
Verse 19. But he choosing rather to die gloriously.
He chose rather to die gloriously. Right? So that's what I'm saying. You're going to have the option to die gloriously. Making your body a living sacrifice for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai by saying no to the chip or trusting in your enemy. Right? Go ahead.
Then to live strained with such an abomination, spit it forth, and came his own accord to the torment.
He said, I just can't do it, man. I just can't do it, man. I'm not going to take the chip, so if you're going to torture me, you just going to have to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to glorify Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai in this body, Lord willing. You see? And you got to, either you believe that or you don't. We believe that. At this present moment, we believe that, and we hope we endure to the end. You see? That's the whole point. What you gonna hope for in this world?
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, as it behooved them to come that are resolute to stand in against such things as are not lawful for love of life to be tasted.
That's what I'm saying. So you're gonna sell out just to live in Babylon a little bit longer. Go ahead.
But they that had the charge of the wicked feast for the old acquaintance they had with the man, taking him aside, besought him to bring flesh of his own provision.
That's what I'm saying. And you're going to have your loved ones, you know what I'm saying, your family, you know what I'm saying, trying to get you to sell out. You know what I'm saying? They love you so much, and they ain't wrong for loving you. You know what I'm saying? But they just ain't in the truth. You know what I'm saying? So they thinking that the only way that they can keep you in their life is for you to sacrifice your salvation. And you have to stand up to them.
That's right.
So you're not only getting it from the enemy, but you're getting it from your household, just like the Lord said.
That's right. That's right.
Just like the Lord said, right?
Oof, man. God.
Go ahead.
Mind if I land back? Just
please do.
Because you made brother, you made the statement earlier in picturing this pork as the chip. So picture that today. You might have loved ones or whoever that actually work at that doctor's office that you might know. And they might even be like, all right, look, man, we ain't going to give you the chip. We're going to act like we did. Yep. That way, you know, because it's going to whatever, guards or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you denied even that.
Right.
Knowing that the chip ain't even getting put in your arm.
That's right.
You're like, no, I don't even want to act like I'm doing it, man. And it takes a lot of faith, man. Just thought of it like that. You know.
God, that's what I'm saying. It ain't going to be no situation. And I'm saying, you got to think about that. If they know who we are. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're one of them men of the Lord, ain't you? Ain't you one of them men of the Lord? Well, your men of the Lord ask you, look at your son of the Lord. Mm-hmm. What you gonna do about your son of the Lord? We got your son of the Lord. We're gonna have our way. What you gonna do? Mm-hmm. What you gonna do about it? And you gotta say what? You see? This is serious business.
Yeah.
Read on.
Con. It says, but they that had the charge of the wicked feast for the old acquaintance they had with the man, taking him aside, He sought him, begged him to bring flesh of his own provision.
That's what I'm saying. They told us, they said, look, man, look, we can do whatever you ain't gotta take it, man. Just act like you took it, man. It's gonna be pressure coming from all sides, man. You know what I'm saying? But the Spirit of the devil say, this is what we pray. This is why we pray. This is why we fast. This is why we do all these things, man. You see? So when that time comes, you know what I'm saying? It said that's what I'm saying. We are not already established that it's gonna be some of us that's not gonna taste death. You see? We always like to focus on how it's gonna be something to do. We always mention how it's gonna be something to do. Let's talk about the ones that's not. You see? Because we living in a time where we gonna make it. If we those men, right? Lock in. Let's go.
That's right. It says, such as was lawful for him to use, and make it as if he did eat the flesh, take from the sacrifice commanded by the king. Then in so doing, he might be delivered from death, and for the old friendship with them find favor.
That's what I'm saying. So if you take the chip, you're gonna find favor with this devil. You know what I'm saying? You get to reap the benefits of Babylon forever, which is probably gonna be whatever they decide is gonna be for you. Versus the Lord said, I'll give you forever and eternity. You know, Deuteronomy 28, 1-14. That versus a chip in your ass. Ding, 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 ding. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Do what you gonna do with this raggedy ass, cursed ass body, man, please. Go ahead.
Verse 23. But he began to consider discreetly, and as became his age, and the excellency of his ancient years, and the honor of his gray head, whereunto he was come.
That's what I'm saying. So he was presented with the question, what you gonna do? You gonna choose the Lord, or you gonna choose this devil?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is the same position that we all gonna have to be in, right? This is gonna happen to us. So we're getting ready for it. But it says these things were written aforetime for our learning in Romans 15:4. Go ahead.
And it's most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made.
That's what I'm saying. So think about when you first came into the truth and how it felt. Now you're finna get to show the Lord. That's what he thought about.
Exactly.
That's what it said.
Exactly.
Right? Go ahead.
But rather the holy law made and given by the Most High. Therefore he answered accordingly, and willed them straightwise to send him to the grave.
He said, man, look,
Kill me.
do what you got to do. I'm done. If this, it said die manfully, right?
Right.
Go ahead. This is what dying manfully look like. We got examples.
For it becometh not our age, saith he, and any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 years old and 90, were now gone to a strange religion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he didn't just think about himself. He thought about the Aki.
Man,
right?
That leadership role, man. Hey, man, they gonna do something like the apostles and elders. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they ain't gonna take the chip. That's an example right there.
Yep. Lay down your life for your friends.
That's right. Yahweh shot an ultimate example.
Yeah.
Look, I got to do this. You're going to go through it, but I went through it, though, so it can be done.
You know what I'm saying? We watching each other's feet right now.
Yeah. That's right. Straight up. It says, verse 25, and so they through mind hypocrisy and desire to live a little time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So me being a hypocrite and want to live a little bit longer in Babylon, I'm gonna take the chip.
Right.
Hell no. Lord willing, no. It was written that somebody was gonna say hell no and make it.
Right.
So I'm gonna try to be one of them. That's what I'm saying. What's the other option? Die like a heathen or die like a man of the Lord? Come on, man. Come on, man.
Beautiful point.
You got it.
It says, let's see, verse 25, and so they that through mine hypocrisy and desire to live a little time and a moment longer should be deceived by me, and I get a stain to mine old age and
that's
make
what I'm
it
saying. So I done fought all this time in this truth, and now I'm gonna take the chip. Hell no, man. However long you been in this truth, man. That's why I say whether you been out there plowing You know what I'm saying? It's all the same penny. It's all the same penny, man. So whatever work you put in to get your penny, whatever faith that go with your works, it's going to all come down to this very moment. Watch. Watch. Watch.
That's right.
Watch. Go ahead.
God, verse 26. For though for a present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm going to take this chip. I'm going to take this chip just because Esau freaking ass want to turn me into a gay robot. Either that or the kingdom of heaven.
Right, bro.
That's what I'm saying. But you're gonna be thinking about all of that. You're gonna be thinking about all of that, and then that's what I'm saying. You gonna close your eyes. I'm just speaking as a man, but all I can think about is Stephen. You're gonna see that glimpse, and whatever happens, gonna be worth it.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Straight up. This is verse 26. For though the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive or dead.
That's what I'm saying, man. If you take that chip, that's your ass. If you take that chip, read it again.
God. For though for the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty.
That's what I'm saying, man. You ain't going to escape the hand of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai if you take that chip.
Get you.
It just said it. That's what I'm saying. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of the wisdom, man. If you take that chip, see what you get. See what you get. Go ahead.
Neither alive nor dead. Wherefore now men...
Neither alive nor dead, you ain't going to get away from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So take that chip. Take that chip. Be weak and take that chip, man. No, man, that's what I'm saying, man. The elect of the nation of Israel is not going to take that chip no matter what. It's already written. It's already written. We just got to live it out, man, whoever we are. And having that understanding is a blessing, man, for real. You got people that ain't got no clue. And fine, goody for you. Ha ha. Bye, nigga. You got something, Benji?
Time. This is Luke 12:5. But I will forewarn you whom ye shall fear. Fear him which after he hath killed had power to cast into hell. Yea, I say unto you, fear him. You know, because the Lord can kill you. That's why he can bring you back to life and kill you again. And Yahweh Shai said that they should be called the least in the kingdom. And that's a fucked up feeling, man. To be in the kingdom of heaven, to be an Israelite in the kingdom where it's all good at, man. And you still gonna loathe yourself because you know what the fuck you did.
Right.
And that'll tell you what, man. That sometimes the mental shit is worse than some physical stuff, man.
Yeah.
God.
Straight up.
All right.
This is 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 27. Wherefore now manfully changing this life, I will show myself such as one, as mine age requires.
That's what I'm saying, man. Read that again.
Man, that was heavy.
Read that again.
Now manfully changing this life, I will show myself such as one, as mine age requires.
I'm gonna take, man. You got it.
Yeah, most definitely. He pretty much showed forth again. Wherefore now manfully changing this life, I will show myself such in one. So he pretty much said, I'm a dying man.
Yep.
I'm a man. He thought about all the things his whole life and how he resisted temptation, how he had a good report of the Lord, and all of these things, man. So he like, look, man, I'm a man, and more so a man of the Lord.
That's right.
So I'm going to die like a man of the Lord is going to die, you know?
That's
and
right.
it showed forth his wisdom. Because
God.
he says, as his age requires.
Yeah.
You know, so I got experience in all of this.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to, because the law says I'm not supposed to do this. Or I'm going to die anyway.
God.
The scriptures say, make ye as men. Make yourselves as men. And that's the reason why. And you said it earlier, because the men of the Lord are going to have to, a lot of them, there's ones that are going to die. But look, they read about what happened to the men. They read about the examples, and they know about the salvation that they will partake in, so they're going to take that guillotine, man.
God.
And the thing about it is, it could happen at certain moments when they about to pull it, and it could be a point the Lord will intervene right there, and that guillotine will melt, snap in half, whatever the case is, man.
God.
Not all shall taste state. Some are going to be beheaded, but some of them, they're going to try to behead, but it ain't going to work.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah.
This is 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 28. and leave a notable example to such as the young to die willingly and courageously.
That's what I'm saying, man. To be that example, man. That's what I'm saying. Our forefathers always set those examples, man, so we can have hope. You see? We living in the time where we ain't gonna taste death. That's what I'm saying. All the time we talk about spiritual powers and having the Lord's blessing to go wreak havoc on this place, man. You see, we living in the time where that's gonna happen, man.
That's right.
You know, what's that? Revelation. Wamba always get it where it talk about breathing fire.
Oh, Revelation chapter 11.
Yeah, shooting fire on their asses, man. That's what I'm saying. That's talking about real fire shit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come to that time, man. It say no weapon formed against thee shall prosper, man. And Esau got plenty of fucking weapons. You see? That's what I'm saying. So no matter what he gonna come with, it ain't gonna hurt those men.
That's right.
So that's something. That's what I'm saying. That's definitely something to fight for. All we gotta do is stand on our watch and report what we see. Come on, man. Come on, man. The Lord set it up for us to win.
That's right.
Go ahead.
God. Verse, let's see here. Verse 29. Yeah. No, 28, I'm sorry. And leave a notable example to such as be young to die willingly and courageously for their honorable and holy laws. And when he said these words, immediately he went to the torment.
That's what I'm saying, man. He made his decision. He made his decision, and he decided to make his body a living sacrifice for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. And we gonna be presented with that opportunity. That's what I'm saying. Y'all, they act like that's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? To go ahead and share this body, for one that's promised to be changed. That's what I'm saying. All the promises is in our favor. this tells us. That's what I'm saying. This forecasts our victory, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Like Elder Ariella say, man. If you can't find joy in these words, what's the point? Go ahead.
Verse 29. It says, they that let him, changing the goodwill they bear him a little before into hatred, because the aforesaid speeches proceeded as they thought from a desperate mind. But when he was ready to die with stripes, he groaned and said, it is manifest unto the Lord that hath holy knowledge, that whereas I might have been delivered from death, I know now endure sore pains in body by being beaten, but in soul am well content to suffer these things because I feared.
You see that? That's what I'm saying. And that's the zeal that's gonna lead to whatever power the Lord is gonna give you.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Because when it came down to the test, you passed it.
Right.
And the test ain't just busting up out of the thing and making a scene and shooting lasers out your eyes and all. No. Yahushua was dead in the ground for 4 days. Raised up after the third day. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It went all the way to that before he was glorified.
Right. Straight up.
You see? You got to be willing to go through all of that. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna look like you got. It's gonna say you look like you just got your ass tore out the bone to a regular person. That's what I'm saying. You got to all of that count. All of that is everything that's in here count. You have to take all of that into consideration and spiritually make a decision on what you're gonna do. But you also have to trust that the Lord programmed men to do that. And it starts with what we doing. Go ahead.
It says, the last verse, and thus this man died, leaving his death for an example of notable courage and a memorial of virtue, not only to young men, but to all his nation.
That's what I'm saying, man. So we can do this right here. We can do this right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Get that Revelation 14, follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. You got anything over there, Benji?
This is Wisdom of Solomon 3:1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, Yahweh Basham Yahushai, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery, and their going from us to be utter destruction. But they are in peace, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded, for the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. So whatever comes our way when that time comes, man, look, it's our trials. That's the Lord proving our faith, man, because we got to be tested. All right, just the men of old. It may come down to, right, the guillotine may come down and hit your neck, and the motherfucker may break. But you showed the Lord what? You was, hey, real quick, can I get one more? This is Revelation 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So hey, we're not set up to run from death, man. We set up to do whatever comes our way. And the Lord promises a crown of life. So whether we be hidden or we come to the point where we maybe be hidden and the Lord deliver us, the point is we set up to die for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We got to have that mindset. And ultimately, even like Eleazar said, man, he said he made the spirit so cold, he made the point to say he feared the Lord. And that's the bottom line, man. That's integrity. It's very simple. It said the seed, the faith the size of a mustard seed, man. That's your foundation. The foundation is, who do you fear? Where's your faith at? All right? Because when Esau comes, this chip, hey, our faith got to be what the scripture said that this will happen. So this must be true. Well, like that, everything else must be true. The kingdom, the salvation, being brought back, all of that.
That's right.
That fear Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that's integrity. The whole duty of man is to fear the Lord, man, no matter what.
That's right. Beautiful point. Hey, Benji, when you had read that in Wisdom of Solomon 3, going into where it says, no torment shall touch thee, that made me think about in Revelation, when you go into the letter of the churches, he speaks directly to the head of those churches. And when he wrote, when John the Revelator was commanded to write the letter to the church in Pergamos, you know, and he went into how Antipas was a martyr. And when you go into Antipas, Antipas was doing miracles and all these things, and the Romans pretty much wanted to put him to death because they told him that he had to bow down unto Jupiter, and he didn't do it. You know, so they actually casted him into one of those iron bulls, and they heated it up. And when he was heated up, they said you heard him screaming out and praying to the Lord, to the Heavenly Father, and also praying for the brothers that was going to have to be tormented. And they say when you go into it, as he was in there, he didn't even touch, like, he didn't feel it. He was in there just praying to the Lord. When they took his body out, his hair was intact. Yeah, he didn't have no burn marks, at all, anything like that, man. So he might have even felt it, but you know, pretty much he wasn't tormented. You know, so it just made me think about that account going into that, because that's an account that's going to happen to brothers. John the Revelator was thrown into a bath of bubbling oil, and they threw him in prison because he didn't burn or didn't die. Yep. He wasn't torn. The Lord delivered him right out in those situations. We got to fear Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai enough, as we have faith, as those men had faith, as Eleazar had faith. Whether we die, so be it. But whether we go through it, so be it. But the Lord is going to be with us on any direction that we go, whether the taste of death or be delivered at the spot. You know, that presentation, that there is going to be presented in front of every single last one of us. All right, if we the elect, it's going to have no choice but to. But the elect are going to go the right way and choose of death, like the precept that you want. That's right.
Can I hear one more for you?
Go ahead.
Hey, this is to back up the. Hey, this is Sirach 11:26. For it is an easy thing unto the Lord in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways. So the Lord can come, and you can go out fucked up and have all type of torments and pain when you die. Hey, but the Lord can also comfort you in your death, whether you feel the pain or not. What happened with Stephen? All right, I don't know if he felt the stones or not, but I know he was comforted because he looked up, he saw Yahweh did next to Yahweh. So the Lord had put that comfort on us. Yahweh Shai tasted death for us already. So whether we feel the pain or not, we're going to be comforted if we have to actually be put to death as a witness for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
Right. That's a great point, bro. He seen the Lord before he died, bro. Yep. Come on, man. That's comforting enough, man. Hey, that's Khan, brother. Khan. This is Sirach chapter 4, verse 28. We can end on this, Benji, unless you got something else.
No, that's perfect.
Okay, Khan. It says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you like this. This is a little nugget I always like to throw out there, man. How Paul strove for the truth. He strove for the truth unto death twice in the same body. when they stoned him, and then he went to the spirit world. What's that? 2 Corinthians 12. You know what I'm saying? His spirit left his body. He seen what he seen, and then the spirit went back into his body, and he went up and got up and preached. And then, you know what I'm saying, when he wanted to, I fought the good fight, you know what I'm saying, when they beheaded him or whatever they did, you know, but that's what I'm saying, that type of, you know what I'm saying, to be willing to do that, you know what I'm saying, is huge, you know what I'm saying, and everybody ain't built for that, you know what I'm saying, so that's why we like to say, you pray that the zeal that you have in these videos, bringing this truth out, is that same zeal, if not more, increased by 1 million. You know what I'm saying? When it comes time to make that decision. You see? Y'all got anything else?
That's it.
Hey, Lord willing, that was edifying. Hold on. You can close us out. I need some water.
Okay, come on. Hey, well, Lord willing, it was edifying. All right, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach HaKodesh.
Double honors to our apostles and our elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings and many salutations to you, elect Akim, that push this truth, and the shalom to you, fuse and sisters that are here. We almost out of here. Strive for the truth, man.
Fight.
Fight.
Fight. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.